I'm Per Eriksson. So here we are in Sweden, and we're here to meet some of the best chefs in the Nordic kitchen. As you all can see, I'm driving an Audi e-tron, an old electric car. Audi and some of the best chefs in the world, they are focusing on innovation, design and sustainability. Let's meet some of the best chefs in Sweden and hear about their style of cooking. So here we are in Sweden, and we're in Malmö. And we're at the 2 Michelin star restaurant Vollmers. And we're here to meet with the chef, Ebbe Vollmer, to hear about how they create a 360-degree gastronomic experience. If you were to explain for somebody about your style of cooking, for people that never eaten here, what would you say?
I would say simplicity isn't simple. Purity, it's a challenge to find purity in flavors. We struggle all the time to find the purest of flavors in the way we cook. It's easy that a little bit too much cream is covering the natural flavor of the strawberries, or too much seasoning is covering the natural flavors of the monkfish or the cod. But we're super regional. We try to, within our council, get as much ingredients as possible.
How did it all started? Why did you get interested in food?
We come from a restaurant family. Through that, I decided really early on that I didn't want to become a chef, and but at a very young age, I helped out in the restaurants that our family owned. After doing the job in the kitchen for a while, I grew accustomed to it and started to like the nuances in the kitchen.
So going from the family-owned restaurant and going out more in the professional world, which restaurant did you start your internships in?
In a few local restaurants, and that made a profound impact on my style of cooking. Very classical local restaurants. Worked with some of the most non-famous chefs, Richard Bergqvist, Michel Lemon, Paul Frost. They'd never been printed in a newspaper, but damn, those guys could cook.
What in the taste was the trigger for you? What made you tick?
Really early I moved abroad to start cooking, and that opened flavors I never tried before.
Having the opportunity then to work abroad, which restaurant did you have the chance to get into?
The Glass Boat in Bristol was a big foundation for me. Ladenies in London with Anthony Dimitri. Royal Hospital Road with Gordon Ramsay. Harvest.
When did you decide then to start your own restaurant?
2001 roughly, I opened my first restaurant. After that I've been opening and closing another 8 or 9 restaurants. I can't even keep a track on it. And I will open and close another 8 or 9 restaurants in the future as well.
To be able then to cook in your Vollmers style, and finding the produce and products around here in the local area, what are you specifically looking for?
I want to find a producer that I can trust. I want the purity in the product, and sometimes we want to change a little bit on the diet on the animals to bring up a little bit more fat in it, or we want a certain size of a carrot or new potatoes. We want them to love their animals as much as we love our producers. It's a bound for everybody in the process.
As you know, many of the top chefs in the world, which you are one of, are focusing on the concept of no waste kitchen or nose to tail eating or farm to fork cooking. What's your take on that?
I got taught by my grandmother and my previous chefs, even my some of the oldest, very weird ones, that we never throw food away. You know, that's what this trend is a little bit weird for me, because we never throw anything away. Now everything is being thrown away because it's not, you know, the apple isn't perfect, or the pears is not shaped, and ICA, the local supermarket, they throwing a lot of food away because it's not AAA grade on it, and it's like, well, that's not how I was taught up, and this is many years ago. We used, if the apple was on the way to get spoiled, we made an apple compote of it and served it the next day. If it's and the quality of the head chefs, they was very high, so they didn't buy in any extra. They had if we needed 4 tomatoes, we got 4 tomatoes in. That's how exact they were when they're ordering, and that of course is bringing food costs down and sustainability in that way, that we never wasted any food. And
so Ebbe, as you know, there is a trend today to give the guest a 360 gastronomic experience. It's not only what's on the plate anymore, it's the total holistic experience. How do you take care of that here at Vollmers?
For us, we want to hook up to our past, our present, and the future. We bring in a lot of the people who works around us. We make a presentation with everything from the lady who makes the lovely coffee cups to our silverware comes from our grandparents' restaurant from 1948 and so on. So we try to connect make a family feeling with what we have around. Also, our family is from a restaurant trade, so there is a lot of small items throughout the meals that we bring into for the customers to get a sense of how, and many of the farmers around, because our restaurant family had a lot of restaurants around this county, so a lot of farmers is close to that, so we try to hook up and build some kind of map around the way where we get our produce from. And also, as you come into the restaurant, there's a big map where we pinpoint all the producers, where we get it from, what part of produce it is, just to bring up a family feeling to the customers.
As you know, there are many trends that come and go in the restaurateur or the fine dining. How can you be inventive in your environment?
Tricky question. For me, creativity is a curse. It's not, for me, I can't sit on a stone by the sea and paint. Being creative, you have to trust yourself. You have to have gut feelings and balls. You have to, when you get your idea, you have to push it in and force it. You won't succeed every time. I mean, maybe you only have to succeed 51% out of the 100, and you will make mistake. It's not how many times you make the mistakes, it's how many times you get up and do it, because you get beaten down all the time, and it could be yourself beating yourself up because it wasn't a good service, or damn it, the fish that came in maybe didn't hold that standard you want to. You want to serve fish that day. That is a mistake you have to learn, and you will only do that mistake once, and then you will understand that no, not again. It's because that will hurt you too much. And to find inspiration for the future, I think for me, I dig down to those days with my mentors where where I had flavor shocks, where food tasted more, and that food, that flavor, it is flavor profile or that flavor memory. It's where I go.
If you were to give an advice to a young person that wants to become a chef like yourself, what would you say?
It's a craft. You have to do the hours. There is no shortcut to it.